Back to another episode of Decorative Survival. So, in the last episode I built this house, and in between episodes I have been tidying up my little joker box mess here. So now there's only one choke box left, and it's also in the inn's attic, so it's quite a long way. But everything else has been moved into these chests and is relatively sorted. There's nothing there on it apparently. And then there's bookshelves and stuff over here. Right. And this just has junk. Actually, I probably want the boat and the lead for this. So, to start off this episode, I'd like to get some zombie villagers by capturing them in a boat. But that will mean that I'll need to cure them, so I probably need to brew up some weakness potions, which is what I would like to do now. I'll need to remember the recipe for weakness potions, but yeah, anyway, I'm going to get started on that, and then I will be right back. So I have plenty of spider eyes. I think I need sugar and mushrooms. Yep. Oh, yeah. So now I just need to get sugar. I know where sugar is. So it's probably mushrooms that I need to find. Oh, I do have some mushrooms. Okay, now I just need probably to grow these. There, I'll just leave a few down there, and then turn the rest into fermented spider eyes, which just 2. Oh, and it's almost night, which would be very nice, but I'm not quite finished. The zombie villages. My plan is basically I'm going to capture them in a boat and then leash them and fly them somewhere. Grab sandstone, because that seems to be the most abundant building block that I have, and fly over to some spruce forest, because I want to get villagers who have the same coat as, or the same clothing as the ones in the spruce village. So I am voicing over this bit because basically I wasn't speaking very much, and right here I decided to zoom in because you can see just behind one of these tall spruce trees a very slight glimpse of white, which I noticed and didn't think it was quite the right colour for a skeleton. And around about here I think I found a zombie villager. This unfortunately was the only one that I captured in this night, and basically I just built a boat around it. And I found some mushrooms as well, which was nice because I need mushrooms, and I decided to cure the zombie villager, and this wasn't technically the same order. I also had some in various other places that I'd captured in previous episodes. These aren't spruce ones, unfortunately, because they were much earlier on. And yeah, they also were cured. And then I brought them over to the spruce village, which has a very convenient large patch of grass for me to land them on. And yeah, I managed to land them on each other, basically, which was quite a good precise landing, although I probably didn't need it quite that precise. And I also brought over a villager that I've been keeping in my mountain after also curing from being a zombie villager. Fortunately, I pulled it slightly too far down, and so my hole that I made in the wall had to be enlarged, which was slightly inconvenient. And yeah, then I started re-rolling the villagers, which I did here, except I got slightly annoyed because other villagers occasionally came along or they didn't do anything, and so I just put them each into a house. Right, so I have gotten protection 4 for 4 emeralds with 28, I think that is, for, or maybe 23, I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, so first I'll buy some bookshelves because I do not actually have any books on me. I should have probably thought of that. And a protection 4 book sounds nice. Other villager who is up here and is offering 4 emeralds for mending. Not sure about that one. I managed to get it for 1, and anyway, I'll get back to re-rolling this one. Right, I have a 22 emerald mending, which was discounted to 1 emerald, so that sounds nice. I'm not sure. Even 22 emeralds would have actually been cheaper than any of my other villagers, any of my other mending selling villagers. Anyway, I have now decided that something that would be very nice is a little wall, like a short wall, similar to the one over there, around here. And yeah, I'm gonna get started on that. Right, so this is basically the same as the rest of the waterside wall, except this bit goes onto a ford, which means not, and also a river, part of the river passes through it, a bit that bypasses the ford essentially, and so that kind of means that this is more complicated. It's got some gratings on each side of the river so that nothing can swim in or out. And towards the end, I also decided to add a little gate onto the ford, because anyone who wants to enter can go in through the gate unless they're an enemy, in which case the gate can just be shut. Alright, so I am back, and this is the wall. It's fairly similar to the one further down there. In fact, it's actually basically the same. It also does have these little gratings on both ends so that, I don't know, any enemies can't just swim in through those. The thing that I would like to do next is create rebuild this house in more of the style of all of the other houses. So yeah, I would like to do that now, and then I will be right back. Alright, so I am just planning on continuing the normal house, except this one has a little bit around the side where the mason can actually work, and that's also raised off the ground like the house, 1 block, and that is for the little workplace so that carts can roll up and just not have to roll down and up slopes. Alright, so this is the house. It's just a very basic house with a potted plant, potted spruce tree inside that I think was already here, and a brown bed. And out here there's this little place which I have decided is kind of meant to look like this mason is cutting andesite into polished andesite for these houses. And yeah, I'm going to wrap up this episode, so yeah, thanks for watching, please like and subscribe, and yeah, goodbye.